Everyone kept asking why Chineye refused marriage, but the truth was simple. Marriage was the least of her worries. She didn't want a man to carry her life. She wanted a skill, her own money, and a future she built with her own hands. Now, let me tell you her story. Before Chineye turned 24, the whole village already knew her name. Not because she was loud, not because she misbehaved, but because beauty like hers didn't walk the earth quietly. She was the kind of beautiful that made elders shake their heads and whisper prayers. The kind that made mothers drag their sons inside when she passed. Pretty, calm, sharp, and with a mind that many men feared. Her parents weren't rich. Her father was a palm wine tapper. Her mother sold vegetables at the old market. Every kobo they earned went into feeding 5 children, and sometimes even that wasn't enough. So when suitors started coming for Chineye as early as 18, her parents saw a way out, a way to reduce their suffering, a way to lift the family status. To them, marriage wasn't just love, it was survival. But to Chineye, marriage was the last thing on her list. She wanted a life that had meaning. She wanted to work, earn her own money, build something that was hers. She wanted independence, the kind that didn't come from a husband's pocket. But the more she refused, the more suitors came. By 24, she had rejected 19 men. And every one of those 19 wanted the same thing. A trophy wife, a decoration, a pretty face they could show off, a woman who would stay quiet, stay small, and stay under their control. Chineye refused. She refused all of it. But her parents were tired. They saw poverty every day. They saw bills they couldn't pay. They saw other families collecting bride price and smiling. They saw a future where their daughter could take care of them, if only she would say yes. So the pressure began. The shouting, the emotional guilt, the comparisons with other village girls who already had husbands. Sometimes her mother would cry and say, "Do you want us to suffer forever?" And her father would say, "A woman's pride is her husband. Don't let stubbornness destroy your life." But Chineye stood her ground. She didn't want a man to save her. She didn't want to depend on anyone. She didn't want to become another woman trapped in a beautiful prison called marriage. She didn't know how, she didn't know when, but she believed she would make it, even without a man, even without her parents' support, especially without fear. Then one evening, the suitor that almost broke the family arrived. Mazi Dike. Rich, influential, owner of farmlands, trucks, and houses in 3 villages. He came with drinks, wrappers, money, and promises. He said, "I will take care of her," with a confident smile. "Your daughter will lack nothing." Her mother's eyes lit up. Her father smiled for the first time in months. But Chineye simply stepped forward and said, "No." The entire compound froze. Her mother almost fainted. Her father dropped the kola nut tree. "Chineye, are you mad? Do you know who is standing here? Do you want us to die poor?" Mazi Dike laughed softly. "Let her think about it. She is just shy." But Chineye wasn't shy. She was uncomfortable. Something about him felt wrong. His smile too thick, too forced, too calculated. She said again slowly, "No." Mazi Dike's face changed. Just for 1 second, a flash of something dark. Anger, possession, threat. Then he smiled again, pretending. "No problem," he said, but his eyes were cold. "I will return."
Her parents unleashed fire. "You are cursed! Ungrateful child! We suffer for you! You want poverty to finish us!" Chineye said nothing, because sometimes silence protects your sanity better than explanation. But that night, she packed her small bag quietly. Her mother entered her room and froze. "You want to leave? Where will you go?" "Anywhere," Chineye replied, "as long as it gives me peace." Her mother broke down crying, but she didn't stop her. Chineye moved to the town nearby. She didn't know anyone. She didn't have money. She didn't have connections. But she had hands, and she had dignity. She took any job she could find. Sweeping shops, washing dishes in canteens, helping market women, frying akara at 4 a.m., saving every coin. People mocked her. Beautiful girl like you, suffering like this, you should have married that rich man. But she didn't answer. She didn't complain. She kept walking. Because Chineye understood one thing. The life she wanted wouldn't come from a man. It would come from her. At 26, she learned how to do hair braiding. At 27, she became one of the best. At 28, she opened her own small salon. At 29, she expanded it. By 30, she had 2 shops, 3 workers, a steady income, respect, and peace. Her parents heard about her progress through villagers. That's your daughter. She has made it all. She's doing well in the city. She's even helping other girls. Her parents swallowed their shame silently. 3 years passed. Then one morning, Umuaba village woke up to screams. A girl was missing. A second girl. Then a third. Fear spread. People whispered, but no one dared speak publicly. Until one brave mother stormed the elders' meeting and shouted, "I know who took them. It is Mazidike." Confusion erupted. The elders followed her to his compound. He wasn't home. But one of the elders noticed something odd behind his house. A small hut with strange symbols and a padlock. They forced it open. And what they found inside froze the entire village. Calabashes with names, items belonging to missing girls, charms, bloodstains, a shrine with human hair. Mazidike wasn't a suitor. He was a ritualist. The same man Chineye's parents begged her to marry. The same man who smiled too much. The same man she refused immediately. Villagers screamed, "God save Chineye! That girl had sense. If she married him, she would have died." Her parents sat on the ground shaking. Her mother cried uncontrollably. So this is who we wanted her to marry? This is who we forced her to accept? God saved us through that girl. Her father covered his face in shame. We wronged our daughter. When Chineye returned to the village months later to visit, people stared at her with new eyes. Not as the girl who refused to marry, not as the stubborn daughter, but as the woman who saved herself. Her parents knelt before her. Not to worship her, not because she was rich, but because they had finally seen the truth. Marriage is not a woman's destiny. Wisdom is. Courage is. Self-respect is. Survival is. Chineye didn't brag. She didn't mock them. She simply helped them. Quietly, simply, without anger. Because her success didn't turn her into them. With time, Chineye became more than just successful. She became a symbol. The girl who said no. The girl who chose herself. The girl who built her life with her own hands. Other girls in the village started saying, "I want to be like Chineye. I want to learn a skill. I want to make my own money." And parents stopped rushing their daughters into marriage because they now had proof that a woman can survive without a husband, but a husband cannot save a woman from the wrong marriage. Chineye didn't marry early. She didn't follow pressure. She didn't listen to fear. She chose herself. She built herself. She protected her own life. And in the end, even her parents thanked God that she refused the man who would have killed her. Sometimes, the path you walk alone is the path that saves you.